Not today's Juneteenth holiday. It was a day of celebration, commemoration, reflection, and recognition as people from all over the Bay Area marked the first Juneteenth as a national holiday. The day marking the end of chattel slavery in the U.S. has been commemorated for decades, but as KTVU's Greg Liggins reports, this year had an extra significance.
So Antioch, let's let freedom ring and celebrate Juneteenth.
There's jubilation over Juneteenth. In Antioch, people gathered to celebrate that day back in 1865 when slaves in Texas finally got word about the end of slavery, 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation abolished it. Clarissa Wilson started this event last year.
A lot of my friends that are my age, unfortunately, had no idea what Juneteenth was. So just to be able to, further educate people, even older adults that maybe didn't really understand the true significance of Juneteenth.
Amidst the celebration, there was also an honor of Thomas Gaines, a freed slave believed to be the first African-American living in Antioch in the early 1860s, when it was illegal for a black person to be out at night.
I do know that Thomas Gaines is somebody who's very, very important in the Antioch community and someone who doesn't, unfortunately, get recognized enough in the Antioch community.
Silence is not an option.
At the 10th annual Juneteenth event in Pittsburgh, organized by the nonprofit Soldiers, there was a mix of celebration and realization.
We still see the legacy of slavery today, so for us it was a token of freedom.
Greg Osorio says the symbolic gesture of a new holiday is nice, but that more measures with dollar signs attached are needed.
Real money on the table. I think, should be a number of things, institutional reparations in terms of, preschool through college, free tuition for everybody in the black community. Would believe alongside that small business grants.
Across the bay in San Francisco, the first ever Mega Black SF Juneteenth on the waterfront at the Ferry Building. More than 10 black businesses were there, and so was Mayor London Breed, who has already signed an executive directive giving city workers the day off. And she hopes the private sector will follow.
And I hope that people don't just take it as a day off to sit back and relax, but to learn and study the history of what this means to African Americans and rededicate themselves to equality and justice.
A consistent message we heard at all the events we attended was, although blacks and America have made significant progress, there's still a lot more work that needs to be done. Greg Liggins, KTVU, Fox 2 News.